How to play pickleball correctly. Pickleball, one of the fastest growing sports in America, is played on an indoor court with walls and uses a perforated ball and paddle. If you're new to pickleball, you probably have plenty of questions about the rules or how to play pickleball correctly. Read on to learn about some of the most important rules for this sport and how to play it properly. Basic pickleball rules. The game of pickleball is played on a court with dimensions of 20 feet x 44 feet for singles matches, or 20 feet x 64 feet for doubles. The net is hung at a height of 36 feet in the center of the court. Players use paddles that are similar to ping pong paddles, but larger. The ball used in pickleball is similar to a wiffle ball. How to serve. To start a game, one player serves the ball diagonally across the net to the opponent's court. The server then alternates serving sides for the remainder of the game. In doubles play, both members of one team serve before any member of the other team serves. In tournament play, servers are not allowed to step on or over the baseline when serving. To serve, stand behind the baseline and hold the paddle in an open palm. Then bounce the ball once on your side of the court before hitting it over the net. The ball must clear the 7 feet non-volley zone line on your opponent's side of the court and land within their boundaries. If it hits any part of their boundary line, it is considered in. How to return a serve. When it's your turn to serve, stand behind the back line and toss the ball into the air. Hit the ball with your paddle so it goes over the net and into your opponent's court. They'll need to return the ball before it hits the ground twice. If they return it, you'll need to hit it back. The game is played until one player can't return the ball or if one player hits the ball out of bounds. You can also score points by volleying the ball, meaning you hit it before it bounces on your side of the court. If you're playing in a tournament, there are different rules for how many points you need to win. Volleys. A volley is hit in the air without first letting it bounce. The serve must be hit underhand and can be hit in any direction. The ball must bounce on the ground before it can be hit again. After the ball is hit, players must move to the other side of the court. The game is played to 11 points and players must win by 2 points. If the score reaches 10-10, then players play to 15 points. Pickleball can be played with either 2 or 4 players. Double bounce rule. In pickleball, the double bounce rule is in effect. This means that each team must play their first shot off of the bounce. The ball can bounce once on each side of the court before it must be hit by the paddle. If the ball hits the ground twice on one side, it is a point for the other team. The dimensions of pickleball courts are 20 feet by 44 feet. The net is hung at a height of 36 inches in the middle of the court. Each player uses a pickleball paddle that is similar to a tennis racket, but smaller. Scoring. A team shall score a point only when serving. The serving team shall score a point if the receiving team fails to return the ball across the net, hits the ball out of bounds, or commits a fault. If the serving team hits the ball into the net, it shall lose the point. The game is played to 11 points, but must be won by 2 points. If both teams are tied at 10 points apiece, they will play until one team is ahead by 2 points. When playing singles, players may not cross into their opponent's court while serving. In doubles play, each player on a team must stay within their own service court until after the ball has been hit by their partner. Line calls. The ball contacting any part of any line, except the non-volley zone line, is a fault. The ball may be hit before or after it bounces. If the ball hits the line on a fly, it is a fault. It doesn't matter if the ball was coming in low or high, it is still a fault. If the ball hits the ground in the court and then hits the line, it is also a fault. If you are serving and your foot goes over the baseline or service line, that is also a fault. Other things to keep in mind. The game is played with 2 or 4 players. You need a racket and a pickleball paddle. You also need a net and a ball. The game is played on a court that is similar to a tennis court. The object of the game is to score points by hitting the ball over the net and into your opponent's court. The first player to reach 11 points wins the game. If you are playing with 4 players, you will need 2 teams of 2 players each.